Hello, dental speakers and consultants. Welcome to Just Ask V, a monthly video podcast where you receive strategies, tools, resources you need to grow your speaking and consulting business. I'm Vanessa Emerson, founder of the Dental Speaker Institute, and Dental Speakers Bureau. And through my business advisory services, I'm asked a myriad of questions. You are invited to submit your speaking and consulting business related questions to info@thedentalspeaker.com for our future episodes of Just Ask V. Now, today we're tying a bow on what has become a 3-part series where we have talked about the 3-part strategy for launching and growing a successful speaking and consulting business. And it really all comes down to vision, strategy, and taking action. So in our 2 previous episodes, we covered vision and strategy. And today we're going to be talking about what is the action you need to take. So I hope you'll consider taking notes and tucking your action steps into your strategic plan that we talked about last time, the structure for that and the purpose behind that. Here we go. In taking action, we're really talking about building your content and skills. And we're also talking about marketing. So if we start with building your content and skills, I would suggest that simultaneously you develop your content while you're improving your presentation skills. So we don't wait to do one before the other. So in other words, you're drafting your speech, you're working on your PowerPoint, you're getting some coaching around your content while you're also learning how adults learn and the method in which the methods you'd want to utilize when you present in either virtually or on a stage. So in both situations, you're learning, and in both situations, you're practicing and developing. To start developing your content, if this is something that's new to you or as a newer speaker, or if you're wanting to start a new topic, for instance, if you've been speaking for a while, one strategy that I have found worked really well for me would be just to move my thoughts from my head to the computer. So whether it's your course outline, your notes, your stories, like capturing all these thoughts you have around, oh, that would be a great quote, or that would be a good analogy, or, oh, I don't want to forget to talk about this in that speech. Be sure you capture it and get it somewhere that you can easily work with it. Now, versus writing your notes down, I really encourage you to put it in the computer where it makes it so much easier to, manipulate and saves you some time in the long run. I would suggest you have a whole separate folder going on your hard drive or in the cloud, wherever you store your documents, a separate folder for your speech notes and your speech development. Same thing if you're writing a book, right, or a blog article or an article in an industry publication. You want to just get it out of your head and into the computer so you can start manipulating it and fine-tuning it. Know that you don't have to write the whole speech at once. You can just start small this way. And you can also pull from some of your existing thought leadership material. So you may have already written blog articles or writing in industry publications, or have done podcasts or webinars or some video. You probably have some content out there already that you can pull from and not have to completely recreate the wheel. Maybe you've written a book or you want to write a book, and these would be a great place for you to pull from for the book, or use your book as you write your speech, right? You see where I'm going. We can use it when we create online education. In fact, this podcast series, when I'm not answering questions, when I do podcasts like this, really comes from one of my workshops. So I'm repurposing my content. That is just an essential step to be able to save you time. And your audience is going to digest it in different forms, and you won't catch all the same people each time you present it. So for instance, what we're talking about today could be in my 2-day workshop. It could be in my 3-hour speech I give on the circuit. It most certainly would be in this blog, and it's going to find its way to email, to my website, to social media. And I could even take one piece of this content and chunk it down into a social media post. It's really all about repurposing, and it starts by getting it from here into a form where somebody besides you can work with that, a copywriter or a team member whatever, but where you can originally get it down to where you can look at it, see it, and work with it. So important. Now, simultaneously, oh, and before I go to presentation skills, the other thing is to work with a coach, right, to help you with developing your content. We have some great speaker development coaches. And let's just talk about that with presentation skills, right? Because there are coaches who offer workshops. You could work one-on-one with some really amazing coaches out there who can help you in both of these areas to help you find the weaknesses that you want to work on, or you might already know the weakness you want to work with them on, or you might want to attend their workshops. So let's start by, and I didn't have this up. I'm going to pull this up on my website real quick, but I want to show you where to go on dentalspeakerinstitute.com. We're just going to be real here, right? We're just going to share. Let me come over here and find dentalspeakerinstitute.com, and I'll share my screen. Okay, so when you go to Dental Speaker Institute, it'll look like this with the gal in the red dress. The very first tab, fellowship, is our fellowship program. So if you click on the fellowship, it's going to walk you through, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the sub menu, when you have the arrows here, you click on that, it gives you faculty. This is 20 speaker development coaches in a wide range of topic areas that are all associated with DSI, with Dental Speaker Institute, for our fellowship. Okay, so dentalspeakerinstitute.com, you could /speakers, or you could go fellowship to faculty. All right, I'll stop sharing. Now, the first page I showed you was the fellowship program. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on that. I have a video created for that already on that page if you want to know more about it. And of course, all the details are there in the packet, the curriculum, everything's there. Here's the high level. What is it? It's 300 education hours, which should be accomplished in anywhere from 5 to 8 years. Once you apply for the program, you have 5 years to complete it, but we also allow you to grandfather back 3 years worth of courses prior. So 5 to 8 years of taking these courses. It's 300 education hours. It's really robust. We're super proud of it. And those 20-ish, I say that because we're always adding faculty. Faculty members are the ones that offer these courses, and we've just corralled it. We've pulled it into one resource to help you know what are the great courses that are out there, who are the great coaches that can help you both developing your content and writing your speech or your thought leadership content, really, and in presentation skills. I mean, we have some really amazing courses that are available to you. So I want to encourage you to go to the website, go check out the fellowship. It's really it's a passion project for me. I'm not making much money on it at all. I really don't make any money because we're administrating it, but it's not, so I'm not like trying to sell to you. It's really more that I love speakers and consultants, and I really want to help you guys to be able to get what you need. I want to see you be able to really grow and excel at what you do, so that you can reach your goals. And so as a faculty, these are just amazing people that have come together to pull. It's a one-of-a-kind program based not on, there's a small portion that's based on you're being able to be hired and speaking, like a certain number of times, but it's not like some of the other professional designations you might have seen out there in the industry. This is really based on education. So I want to encourage you to go check out dentalspeakerinstitute.com and the fellowship and the faculty and learn more about it, because that's where you're going to get help with building your content and beefing up your skills. Boom, period. I mean, that's really it. So there are some other organizations that could help you. Toastmasters is a great place to get started, getting some, it's not the same conversation as we were just having, right? Because that's like really focused one-on-one and really intense training. Toastmasters, it would take you longer, but you would be able to get some really good skill there. I've been in Toastmasters. I'm a competent communicator is their first level of 10, the first 10 lessons I went through. And I think I love Toastmasters, which is why I have it in this note for you. If you're just getting started and you don't have the resources to do the other workshops or the time, or Toastmasters just appeals to you, go for it, because you definitely will benefit. And I think it's like $10-ish a month. I mean, it's really low cost, and they even have virtual clubs now. So there's no excuse not to do Toastmasters, because you don't have to really go anywhere. And so there's always one near you. It's as near as your computer. Another organization that I think has definite value is National Speakers Association. Check them out. I believe they are nsaspeaker.org. While I'm talking to you, this is a really interactive podcast in that I'm interacting with my computer. nsaspeaker.org is actually their website. And what I love about NSA is their summer session. Their annual session is really good to be able to rub elbows with speakers in other industries and learn from outside of our industry. I think there's real value in that. And I know some of our colleagues, people in our community, are members of both Dental Speaker Institute and come to Jumpstart, which I am going to share with you in a minute, our annual meeting, but also go to NSA. It's like it's different. They're both valuable. So I encourage you to look at NSA. There's likely a state chapter not too far from you if you live near, like, especially if you live near the capital of your state. So you'd be able to have monthly meetings as well as the annual. Another organization that I just love and I think is so valuable for speakers is Elijah Desmond's Dentistry's Got Talent, and ultimately this falls under the Dental Festival. Was Smiles at Sea. You would find them either at smilesatsea.com online or the Dental Festival, thedentalfestival.com. And twice a year, Elijah offers an opportunity for speakers to have a showcase through his competition called Dentistry's Got Talent. You'd present 10 minutes of your presentation and have a chance to be, get that out there as a thought leader, and it goes through social media. You can learn more about it there at Dentistry's Got Talent. In fact, well, by the time you watch this, it's going to probably be several months from when I'm actually recording it. So never mind. I was going to suggest you come in October, but you'll be watching for the 2022 the dental festivals, and I believe he'll have one or two next year. So Elijah will be able to guide you, he or his team, if you just go to thedentalfestival.com, and just know that I think it's a really great opportunity for you. Now, full disclosure, Jumpstart is my meeting. And let me tell you just a little bit about it. I do think it's a really great opportunity for speakers. And as we've talked about in the past, most speakers are speaking so that they can attract consulting clients. And so I consider speaking and consulting kind of one thing. So for you that are speakers and or consultants, I really think it's a really great opportunity for you. Jumpstart is the annual meeting for Dental Speaker Institute. Now, we've already talked about how Dental Speaker Institute is really a fellowship program. That's what it is. And we have an annual session, and we call it Jumpstart. It's always the second weekend of January. And we're having our second meeting in January of, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said second, our fifth meeting in January of 2022. And it's really a dental meetings professionals gathering with a heavy emphasis on education for speakers, but we educate all of the groups. There's a great opportunity for networking. It's just a really special opportunity. You can be in the same room with meeting planners, and you can also be a part of a showcase. If you get your registration in early enough, it's a first come, first serve. 24 speakers are able to present 10 minutes in front of meeting planners that are sitting there in the room and actively seeking speakers. So it's too much for me to talk about all now here, but if you go to dentalspeakerinstitute.com, you'll find out information on our homepage about our next meeting. It's every January. And of course, I'm happy to answer your questions. info@thedentalspeaker.com if you want to shoot me an email. So those are some of the places that are the top of my list around how to develop your content and get help with that, how to improve your speaking and training skills and get help with it, where to network really. So we're talking about with gaining skills, but also each of those organizations would be a great place for you to network. I think networking is really super, super important, because it goes back to the importance of relationship building in marketing yourself and being out there as somebody that others want to get to know. And remember and refer to and be an advocate for. I mean, networking is just an essential piece of this. There is a really good book, and I don't want to hop off my video to go over and grab it, but it's the author is Judy Robinette. It's How to Be a Power Connector, I believe is what it's called. Audible or Amazon. Judy, just like you'd expect, Judy, Robinette, Robinett. How to Be a Power Connector. Essential reading. I really encourage it. It's a great book and will really help you pick up your game as a networker and really somebody more who's out to help others. You know, it all starts with helping others. So some other ways that you can develop skills in this area would be maybe to work with a mentor or a coach. Mastermind, have a mastermind group that you work with where you share skills and what each other are learning. I mean, there's just not a lack of ways to develop your skills in both around creating your content and presenting it. So that's kind of the top of the list for me. I just wanted to share that with you. As I've run through this, you might want to hit pause at any point and be sure you tuck back into your strategic plan. Like, what's your next step? So for instance, under your speaking profit center and your revenue stream for speaking on the circuit, for instance, you might say, I think I want to become a member of NSA, or I want to attend Jumpstart, or I think I want to do a showcase at either Jumpstart or Dentistry's Got Talent. You know, capture these ideas and tuck it into your strategic plan. So even if it's just that you're going to go ask for more information, you don't lose it. If we write it down, we won't lose that thought. So be sure you tuck in. And I'm not even sure, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. This might end up being a little longer than normal, but I want to kind of wrap a bow on it today with these 3 strategies. So let me jump over into tools that help you get booked to speak is the last piece of this. But before we leave the skills portion, you guys probably know by now if you've been listening, I always throw out the offer, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to talk, really honestly happy to talk with you. Anybody that has anything to do with your growing your speaking business. It's something I've been a business advisor for a lot of years. I've been working in this arena for over 20. It's one of my favorite conversations to have. If you just shoot me an email, info@thedentalspeaker.com, I'll send you back a link to my calendar, and it's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks before we could hop on. But then I'd be happy to just give you a consult. So just know that offer is out there for you. All righty. I know I'm talking fast. It's like a lot of information. I'll take a breath. All right. So tools to help you get booked. In a previous podcast, I talked about the essential, one of the essential materials of being a speaker packet, and it's probably 3 or 4 podcasts back. If you go to the Dental Speaker blog, you look under speaker packet, you'll find it. There's a word cloud. You'd be able to look under speaker packet and it will take you right to it. The speaker packet is the foundational marketing material, period, boom. Before the website, before you create a consulting flyer, everything, I really believe it starts with your speaker packet. When we think about speaking really being a marketing activity and it's a front-end client attractive type activity, it's really essential. There's some essential pieces, some exercises we go through as we create your packet, which sets you up to be able to put together a website easily and all your other materials easily. So we do quite a bit of work in that speaker packet. I did explain in detail what it is and why it matters. So if you're not familiar with speaker packets, you might go back and find that other episode at thedentalspeaker.com on our blog. Once you have that speaker packet written, then you are going to want to get it online. You may already have an existing website. And if so, just give a review to your meeting planner or your speaking page, the page that you house your speaker packet on. Once you've updated or created your new speaker packet, just be sure that you have a page that would give the meeting planner the information they need. You're able to visit, let me say that differently. I invite you to visit my portfolio, which is on thedentalspeaker.com. Right in the middle of the menu is a tab for portfolio. And there are, I don't know, over a dozen website examples there, and they all have either a speaking or meeting planner or seminars page. They would all be the same thing. It's all, where would the meeting planner go to learn more about you and your programs, ultimately, is what I mean to say. So feel free to look and borrow ideas on what type of information is out there. Not but borrowing wording, but like basically the structure, how are other speakers setting up their meeting planner page? It will help you think, oh, I didn't even think about putting testimonials or a demo video or photos of me speaking. You'll get ideas by looking and realizing what you need to have there. I suggest you go to, this is what will drive you there. Right to it is Help Me Get Booked. Helpmegetbooked.com takes you right to that page. So some other ways for you to help you get booked would be email and print campaigns. With an email campaign, you would typically take your speaker packet and then create an email campaign that feels really similar graphics and some similar wording. It's a lot more condensed, obviously, but it links back to the PDF of your packet that's online. And it would also link back to the website. So an email campaign that goes out to meeting planners, I suggest doing that about every 8 to 12 weeks. We do offer contact list of meeting planners. If you visit thedentalspeaker.com and go to the store, there are multiple lists of meeting planners there available for you. Print campaigns, you could also send maybe a postcard or something to meeting planners. Here's the bottom line, is I feel like the pendulum has kind of swung out to where everybody and their brother was emailing, and then some people kind of fell off the wagon of that. And so what's nice is it feels like it's swinging back. So you have a better opportunity now with email than you did a couple of years ago, because everybody was emailing meeting planners, and before that, everybody was mailing them their speaker packet. So we're kind of like swinging back in the middle now. And what I'm seeing to find that is effective is this idea of shooting that email out to meeting planners every other month or every third month, and then doing a follow-up with those who actually click to learn more. And I can go more into this on another podcast, or if you have questions, let me know. But there is a strategy that will typically bring in at least a handful of speeches every year when you follow the strategy. But the idea of also sending maybe a postcard versus a letter or versus a full-on packet, I wouldn't personally do that. I wouldn't send there's a lot of different tools we have. Like this is a little like business card that has my speaker packet on it. So it has my contact information on the back. These are older, it's an older picture of me, but they're like they're a credit card. And it has it's a jump drive, a little, USB port drive. So versus sending something like this in the mail, I think if you're going to mail, I would really encourage you to make it compelling. Or I'll share with you one that I have here, attention getting around your topic. So here's one that I've used with Dental Speakers Bureau in the past. It says, probability you'll be the one scrambling. I'm reading backwards. Scrambling to find a speaker for this year's meeting is 78%. Okay. And then at the bottom, and that shows a guy, like a speaker. At the bottom, it says, probability you wish you hadn't chucked this postcard in the trash. So we're trying to get a chuckle, right? It's clear it's about speaking. And when you use something like our contact lists that go right to the meeting planner, they get it. This is their world. If you are going to mail, help it be something that solves their problems. Oh, and I should say on the back, there was more wording about that talk to the pain points of the meeting planner. I'm sorry, with my blur, it's hard to see. I'll read to you what it says, but basically just to reach out to us about the Bureau, it says, you don't want to have to pay more than you have to. You want to find speakers you haven't heard a dozen times, and you need materials turned in on time and in the right format. Those are 3 challenges that meeting planners deal with planners all the time, or with speakers all the time. So what I wanted to do with this postcard is grab attention. and have them hold on to it. And I want to encourage you that if you decide to do a mailer, do something that they're going to keep, it's going to make them chuckle, they're going to remember, and something ultimately they tuck aside and come back to later. So that's email and print. Some other ways to help you get booked are directories and bureaus. We do have Dental Speakers Bureau. It used to be a directory. The difference is a bureau is more concierge. The idea is that we hold the planner's hand and like really walk through and help them make decisions. And we do that, but not full on bureau. Like we don't have our speakers don't pay us a commission. There's a limit to how, let me see how to the best say this. It's more of a hybrid. So most bureaus wouldn't have the speaker's contact information on the page. We do. So that's more like a directory, more like the yellow pages, white page, yellow page approach. But with our Dental Speakers Bureau, it's a hybrid that is that allows the meeting planner to reach out when they want help. And then otherwise, if they want to just be able to go right to you as a member of the Bureau, they can see how to do that. So that's all easily available at dentalspeakersbureau.com if you want to take a look at how that works. Something like that would be really smart for you. If you're a member of any organizations, like if you come to Jumpstart, you'll have a bureau listing. It would be a directory listing on our website. If you're a member of NSA, you would have a listing as a member. Those also function like a directory. So that's what we're talking about, is you having multiple ways to be seen online. So with the directory and the bureau, it just adds a couple more opportunities besides your website. And then the last idea, and I know we're kind of going high level, and this is a lot coming at you, so I'm just going to give you one more. The last and one of the very best ways to get booked to be a speaker is to establish yourself as a key opinion leader. And believe me, if you have good content, if you are solving problems, if you have systems and strategies and tools and resources to help people solve a problem that is a problem in dentistry, you're going to find success when you share that information. Just like this series, I'm hoping you're finding helpful, because I know that this is something that many speakers struggle with, or these steps, and like, what do I do, and what should I be doing? When you share that information with your potential clients, with your audiences, to help them see, I understand your world, I understand the world you live in, by mentioning, just like on the postcard, their pain points, the what keeps them up at night. What keeps them up at night is they can't find a keynoter that they haven't heard before, or that would fit within their budget. What keeps meeting planners up at night is they're receiving materials from speakers that are not written in the right format, and they have to rewrite them in order to qualify for CE, and that doesn't make our planners happy. I mean, there's things that keep them up at night. So know your audience. What is it that would keep them wide awake at 2 a.m? What are they fussing over? And speak to that and show how you solve it, and give it away through articles, through blogs, through podcasts, through all those front-end client attractive strategies we covered in our last session. That's how you establish yourself as a thought leader. It's really as easy as hanging out a sign. It's really as easy as hanging out a sign and saying, I'm the expert in this. And then you start showing how you are. It's that easy. Now, I should say it's that simple. That would be a better term. It's that simple. In a future podcast, if you have questions about how to do that, I'd be happy to talk with you about it. Be happy to share thoughts on how to get all of that going. All of this that we've shared, I'd be happy to share my resources and my tools and my connections, and help you be able to fully step into your greatness that I know is inside each of you. If you feel called to speak in dentistry, then you're a special person. And I see that. I see that in you. It takes courage. It takes drive. It takes determination. It takes passion. It takes people that care about other people to do what we do as coaches and speakers day after day. So I want you to know I honor you. I appreciate you being here for however much of our podcast series that you've been able to catch on this 3-part series. I want to encourage you to go back and tuck in the ideas that we shared today into your strategic action plan. I hope you'll reach out if you have any questions, or just, there's no strings attached. It's a complimentary consult. I'm happy to give you 30 minutes of my time, answer any questions that come up for you, help you connect with someone you want. If you need help that I'm not able to give, I'd be happy to help connect you. Reach out to industry consultants and speakers that mastermind with them. Look for a mentor. For the same reason that you hire a contractor or a mechanic to help you with repairs, outsource your administrative and marketing projects to experts that know our industry. It will save you time, money, and frustration in the long run. Outsource. Many of you are coaches. Many of you are coaches or consultants, but don't work with your own coach or consultant. Bottom line is, if you want faster results, you've got to get outside eyes on your business. If you want faster results, there's only so far we can go with our own thinking. And that's what got us here. But if you want to get to the next level, you must work with a coach. And personally, right now, I have 4 coaches. I'm in a full-blown, multi-year, high-level business strategy course. I also have a business strategist coach that I worked with for many years that we meet quarterly for a couple hours. I work with a speaking coach because I'm always working on my game. I know I'm not Tony Robbins yet, but I want to continue to up my game. I also have an organization and implementation coach. Oh, I have 5. Actually, I have 6. I have someone who's helping me with balance as a busy entrepreneur, and I also have that same person is also helping me with a plant-based diet. 6 coaching areas for just the one person. And I can tell you, my testimonial to that is my business started growing exponentially faster when I got serious about working with a coach. So if there's anything you take from these 3 sessions, it's that there are other people that are out there that can help you, and that it's an investment in you and your business for you to either work with a coach or go to workshops or attend, become a member of some of these organizations, or at least to find a mentor or a masterminding group, and that there's others out there that can help you shine a light on the path and help you to develop that plan. You have good work to do in the world. I believe in you. I would be honored to be on your team. I hope you'll reach out. info@thedentalspeaker.com. And until next time, if you have a question, shoot it over to me. We'd be happy to answer it on justaskb.com. And until next time, be well.